Hi everyone, it's Owen here. I would like to ask all of you to think back for me to a time when you were young, when you were in lower school, when you were just a tiny little kid and you had cubbies where you stored your jacket and your mittens. Think back to that time and tell me, what was the best thing that transpired in those years you spent in those tiny little classrooms? Now, I'm not looking for the answer to be, oh, I made such wonderful friends, or oh, I learned life lessons that I took throughout my... No. That's getting too out there. What I want you to think about is the best part of any given day at that school. Now, the obvious answer would be recess. Social studies would be the answer if the question was, what is the most amorphous classroom in the world? That class should seriously just be called miscellaneous because it's everything that doesn't fit into reading or writing or math or science, but that's getting off topic. Was the best part of lower school the fact that your homework consisted of drawing a big circle and then eating a balanced diet? No! The best part of lower school was fire drills. Think about it. Fire drills were the ultimate escape. They were the cacophonous remedy for a life of rigid structure. In the middle of class, the very atmosphere around you would erupt in sound. Your teacher would be startled. You'd be startled. Everything would be thrown into this tumultuous chaos, and it would all result in you going outside in the middle of a day when you should be sitting there learning. Even though once you got outside, you had to get into little lines and wait to be counted, and then often the fire truck wouldn't even come, so you didn't get that cool part of it, and then you had to go back in and keep learning. But that didn't matter. What mattered was the fact that your day was thrown into chaos by this fire drill. It was freedom. It was the ultimate expression of childhood freedom, which is precisely why fire drills should end after 4th grade. The entire concept of fire drills is really not that hard. If you're a little kid, it makes sense. If there's a fire, you want to have everyone accounted for. You want to get everyone outside. Good, done. When you're an adult though, if you think about it, it's not hard. Your building is on fire. You get outside of that building so that you do not catch fire. If you're in a building that has multiple floors, you don't take the elevator, you take the stairs. That is what you need to know from a fire drill. But think about it. Who honestly reacts to a fire alarm in the way you're supposed to? Who hears the fire alarm and goes, "No! Fuck no! I want to live! No! Life!" No! That's not what happens. What actually ends up happening is this. You hear that alarm go off and you go, "What? Is that the fire alarm? Do we have to go outside? Well, are you going outside?" Fuck. Alright. Where are my shoes? I should probably go outside. That's what ends up happening. If you ever went to college, I'm sure you also had that night right before finals when some dickhead in your dorm thought it would be hilarious to set off the fire alarm. And the alarm goes off, and maybe, if you were like me, you lay there in bed, honestly wondering whether or not it was really worth it to get up and get out. This is what fire alarms have done to us. The problem is twofold. The one time in your life that there actually is a fire, first of all, you're not going to react quickly. And then by the time you realize there is a fire, you're going to panic, forget everything you've learned, and you're going to spend 10 minutes standing right in front of the elevators going, "Why aren't you coming?" You're going to freak out and you're going to die. So, what's the point of testing to see what you'll do under non-panic conditions? The other problem, which honestly I think is a bigger problem, is that general loss of spontaneity, that loss of that wonderful hedonistic pleasure that accompanied going outside and breaking out of your daily routine, even if it was just for a moment, even if your lack of structure was structured. It's the loss of an element of childhood that is wonderful and that is fun. So fire department, I need you to work with me on this one. I need you to help me make fire drills cool again. Now, I don't know if that means pumping a lot of fake smoke into the building and freaking people out, because nothing would make you feel better about actually leaving your desk and getting outside if you thought that you survived death. But something needs to change. We need to find a way to bring the spontaneity back and bring back the pleasure and bring back the smallest bit of lower school.